Hey guys, so today I am going to be reviewing the portable mini washer and spin dryer. This model is made by Kuppet. I purchased this on Amazon for $89. And yes, I do not have a washer and dryer. I live in Los Angeles and I hate going to the packed laundromats all the time. So this is a good way to wash, a bunch of my smaller items. I haven't really tried jeans in here yet, but I really just bought it for like t-shirts, bras, underwear, socks, dresses, little stuff like that. I haven't tried any heavy duty things. I think I'll still go to the laundromat for that. But right now I'm going to just show you how this works. I've done a few loads already, so I feel pretty confident about reviewing it at this time. So most of you guys, when you unpack it, the instructions are super confusing. They don't really go into detail about how to operate this machine. So I did a lot of research. I've looked at a lot of reviews and I've tested out a few different ways. So my machine here comes with a tube. Yours probably will as well. And what they wanted you to do was use this tube to fill up water from your faucet. One end would attach here, and this is the washer's side. Okay. And the other end you could do to your kitchen sink or your bathroom or whatever. But I found that just took way too long. So I decided to do as I've seen a lot of other people do, which is just dump water straight into the machine itself. So what I do like about this Kuppet one is that it's see-through, so you can actually see how much is in there, what can fit in there. A lot can actually fit in here, but I found that the less water the better, and the less clothes you try to put in here at one time, the better outcome it's going to have, especially with the spin dryer. So I'm just going to do a light load of delicate garments, and I've already put in about three and a half buckets. So just like your regular bucket size, buckets of water in here. Now what you're going to want to do to prep your wash is make sure this backside tube, make sure you leave this hooked up here. All right, there should be a hook. Leave it hooked. Make sure your setting is on standard and not drain during this wash cycle, because that's going to drain your water out. And then also what I found to be easier, because with these machines it does not have a pump drain, it's just a regular gravity drain, so it's easier to have your machine elevated up. A lot of people had it in their bathtub, but my bathroom's pretty small, and I just feel like it being elevated so the water can drain out quicker and easier is the best way to go. So I have mine just on a little stool. It's perfect. Just when I do the spin dryer, I take it down just for sturdiness. But you see I have towels around this bucket here. That's just because when you take this off this tube here, the water kind of splashes everywhere at first when you try to get it in the bucket. So that's just what I do to be safe. All right, so let me get my detergent. I have some Tide powdered detergent. Now you're not supposed to put a lot in there, and I really don't put that much in there, but I like my clothes to be really soapy, so and plus I do a rinse cycle, so it doesn't bother me. But so I put that in there, and I turn my wash timer on to about just a minute or two, just to let the soap kind of mix up. All right, so it's just going to do that for a while. It's very powerful, honestly. I probably put a little too much detergent in here, but it's cool because I haven't put my clothes in there yet. But I like my soap to mix up. So I'm going to be right back as I put my clothes in here. So guys, I am just filling up this washer with a few of my undergarments. Mostly they were just bras, underwears, and then nightgown, t-shirts. So in total, I believe I put about 12 garments in, and I just set the timer until about 9 minutes. I did a 9-minute wash. And yeah, it's on standard settings, and I just checked it to make sure everything was okay. You don't have to add as much detergent as I did. So you'll start to notice when the wash is almost done because you'll see the water getting more and more dirty, less sudsy. All right, so my clothes have been washing for a while. You can see how just dirty the water is, and it's not so sudsy. Yeah, so now it's time to drain that dirty, sudsy water. So this is the part where I'm telling you that, like, you need to be prepared for the water to splash. I try to hold the bucket up as much as I can to catch it. So as soon as you turn this over and I let this down, water's gonna start to come out. Okay, it's coming out pretty slow because I haven't opened the drain. But now when I do open drain, you'll see the water will start to pour out. All right, and you have to catch it and make sure you turn this off so you can dump it before this fills up. And I put about 3 buckets in here. So this is the part that takes a while, but not really because I only have been washing the clothes for 9 minutes. So it's really not like a whole 20-minute cycle or anything, but I'll be back. All right, you guys, so I have been dumping and draining the water from this tube into the bucket here. It's coming to an end here. It's only been about 1.5 buckets of water. The rest of the clothes have absorbed. And what you're gonna find is, like, if you touch your clothes right now, everything smells like soap. It's super soapy. And if I touch my clothes, I can feel like a residue, like a soapy residue on my hands. So that's why you need to rinse your clothes after. Okay, now I thought I could skip this step and kind of just do it from the spin dryer side, which technically you could, but you would need to put a little bit of water in here, and then you don't want to put too much water, so you kind of need to monitor the water in here. And plus you just need to make sure that you also add like some type of fabric softener maybe, because your clothes will come out kind of hard if you just let them air, if you don't kind of just get that soap out of them. So that's up to you if you don't care about that stuff, but literally it just takes extra like 5 minutes to just rinse your clothes as well. So it seems like most of the water has come out of here. So this is when I'm gonna take my tube, connect it back up here, and I'm gonna dump this water. Be right back. Okay, y'all, so I've filled up about 2 buckets of just regular cold water. I've put it in here with my freshly washed clothes, and now I'm going to make sure that my settings is back on standard, not on drain. And for my wash time, I'm just going to do about 6 minutes. Really don't even need to do that much. I could do probably about 3, and I'm going to do 6. All right. So that's just going to make sure all the extra soap and stuff gets rinsed out of my garments. And this is where you will also add like fabric softener. Like I said earlier, if you want to make sure your clothes are extra soft and fluffy, because they are going to come out of the spin dryer about 80 to 90% dry. So it's going to be, it's honestly, I thought it would be less dry. I'm going to show y'all, but it's amazing what 5 minutes, not even 5, because you can really do by about 4 or 3 on this spin cycle can do for your clothes. But I'm gonna let this timer finish out with my clothes rinsing. Look how powerful that is. This is crazy, and this is not big at all. Like, okay, y'all, now for this part I am about to transfer my wet clothes into this spin dryer. Now what's important is that you need to take out this little extra piece that comes. It's probably going to be sitting at the bottom. Make sure you pull it out. Make sure you do not lose that. And you want to just transfer your clothes into this. All right, now this thing does not fill up as much clothes as your washer holds. All right, so that's what's to be known. So that's why I don't really fill up this washer all the way, and that's why when I have these clothes in here, I may not even fill up the whole thing. These clothes are pretty wet. I don't really want to wring them out because you want to keep a little bit wetness in them so that the spin gives it a fresh dry feel. So you put this little top thing on top, You want to squeeze your clothes down in there. You see I still like have some space, so that's good because it'll take less time for the clothes to dry. All right, so now I've transferred my machine onto the floor so that it's sturdy, and you'll see why in a minute. All right, y'all, so I had to transfer my machine on even ground so it wasn't like rocking back and forth all crazy. And also it wasn't going as fast as usual, so I realized that like one of my garments was making the little top stick up, so I had to take that out. So it's just really important that you pay attention to how the machine's operating. So right now this is perfect. It's spinning really fast. You see, I don't know if you can tell. And if you open this while it's doing it, it's just gonna stop, so for safety, so that's good. But I probably have about like still about 3 or 4 more things that I want to transfer, but I have it set for about 5 minutes. I'm going to check it at 2 minutes, and then if I want them a little more drier, I'll let it go all the way to 0. All right, I'll be back. Spin has been on and it just went off. Okay, I did a full 5 minutes on the spin, and as it gets closer to the end and the clothes get more dry, the spinner will start to slow down because it needs to, like, the clothes have to be like a little bit damp for it to work at full capacity. So that's how you know your clothes are done. So if I take out this shirt, you know, it was soaking wet and now it's just lightly damp. Yeah, I'm still gonna hang it up. That's a hole in my shirt, don't judge me. But yeah, I'm still gonna hang it up. It smells really, really good. It smells real good, like fresh laundry. And I just need to hang it up for a little bit, so I probably just, you know, hang it up overnight. Everything else, it feels really dry almost, like it's not any water or anything coming out. Just so you can see, it's damn near dry. I would say it's about 90% dry. Yeah, for real. 85-90%. All right, so this is my review. I think overall this is a pretty decent purchase. I spent $80, almost 90. I think it was almost 90, but I had an Amazon gift card. But they are readily available on Amazon, and you can get different kinds. You know, the one I think I have is like a I want to say this is probably like a 9-pounder. Yeah, but I know you can get bigger ones. You can also get ones with the pump drain, which would be what I suggest, so you don't have to like always elevate it to use it, to drain it out accurately. And also you want to make sure you get one with, you know, this catcher, this lint catcher. So like I'm gonna change this lint catcher when this fills up, and basically when I'm done washing clothes today, you just lift this up and then you dump out this bag. But it catches lint pretty well, which is great, you know. So that's the less lint that's gonna come, you know, on your clothes and also on your drain when you're draining the water out. All right, but that's my review, you guys. I think it's worth it. It is a little bit of extra work, so don't think you're just gonna like sit there, and it's not like an automatic washing machine, but I feel like it actually takes less time, even though it's a little bit more you have to do. And then you can also like accurately determine how long you want your clothes to be washing for. Some people, you know, reuse the bucket of water that they have, you know, the first time around instead of rinsing fully. I haven't done it that way, but if you need to conserve water, my landlord pays for my water, so we're good over here. But other than that, I think it's a pretty good purchase. I'll let y'all know if I do any like bulkier things like jeans or whatever, but I'm a little too afraid to try that for now. But overall, good purchase. Let me know if you guys purchased this below. Leave me a comment, and also I'm going to leave the link where you can purchase this. All right, talk to you guys later. Bye.